ready? Wow. I want to call to order the Building Trades Examining Board with New Smyrna Beach. Have a roll call, please.
Joseph Blanchette,
Here.
Arthur Van Bulen,
Here.
Heidi Hales Walker is out sick, Frank Dalton,
Here.
Bill Coward,
Here.
Paul Here,
Here.
Robert Werner.
Here.
That concludes roll call.
Thank you. If anyone's had any ex parte communications outside of this meeting, please disclose that at this point. Let the record show there are none. You all receive a copy of the minutes of the last meeting. Do you have any discussion or on the minutes?
No, I move we approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Do you have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
I'll do roll call for the record.
Pardon?
We'll do roll call so they can transcribe it if they need to.
We need a
So-
roll call for each.
Roll call for each vote.
All right.
Joseph Blanchette,
Aye.
Arthur Van Bulen,
Yay.
Heidi's not here, Frank Dalton,
Aye.
Bill Coward,
Aye.
Paul Here,
Aye.
Robert Werner.
Aye.
Motion carries.
We have a swearing in of city staff, please.
Anyone who is going to give testimony, that includes the audience, if you would please stand and raise your right hand. State your full name. In the matter to which you're about to give testimony, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? The witnesses have been sworn in.
Thank you. Okay, we don't have any old business on the agenda, so we'll go right to new business.
The first case is 620 North Duff Street.
Okay. Yes, it's BLD 0000112023.
Sir, if you'll just sit down, they'll call you up after.
We have the city's recommendation, please.
Yes, sir. Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Stephen Woodworth. I'm a deputy building official of the city of New Smyrna Beach. I will be the witness for the city this evening. My credentials are I'm a licensed Florida inspector, plans examiner, and a property maintenance inspector certified by the ICC. The property in question is located at 620 North Duss. The zoning for that property is R3, single-family residential. The subject structure is a 1950 concrete block structure. It has an attached garage with a second floor living space over the garage. I was referred to the property by the New Smyrna Beach Code Enforcement Department on 1/24/23. I made a site visit on 1/26/23 and made observations of the south side, the east side, and the north side of the property. At that time, I observed that the covered entry area on the southeast side of the property, the roof over, seemed to be at a bad angle and pulling away from the building, indicates structural loss of the roofing rafters. It was added attention that the second floor living area over the garage has some sliding glass doors, and you could use that balcony as use that roof structure as a balcony for the living space above the second floor. Also, the boarding that had been previously applied to the building was pulled off, indicating that there may have been some squatters' activity or some malicious activity there taking place. Several of the windows on the building are boarded over. There is an approximately 4 to 6 square foot hole on the south side of the roof. That remnants of a tarp there are still on the south side. It is assumed that it once covered that hole, but it has since degraded and blown away. Given that there's a actual hole through the roof covering and through the roof structure, water penetration into the building is almost certain. However, no one made entrance into the building. Observable from the north side, there appeared to be, like, I'm going to call it a bump out from the building, maybe an addition or some kind of mud room or something. That building also has structural roof damage, and the west wall of that area of the building appears to be listing, which would indicate a foundational loss. A notice of determination was mailed to the property owners on 3/2/23, and as of this time, no permit applications have been made to repair the damaged structure. At the time of the notice of determination was sent, we indicated that the property could be repaired, and we put a 30-day timeline on that to contact the building department. The city would ask that the building be condemned and subject for demolition. Thank you.
Thank you. Want to hear from the owner's representative?
Good evening, my name is Jeffrey Olson. I'm here for Don Bell, the owner of 620 North Dust. Basically with this property, we boarded up the property, physically screwed wood to all the openings per code compliance. I had a woman that lived down the street that would give me news of what's going on, because I live in Deltona, I work in Daytona. I work for Mr. Bell, and I've been handling all his property since I came on to work with him. So she told me that this notice was posted. That's when I called code compliance and asked them what I should do. She said, make sure you go to the meeting, let them know what your intentions are to repair said damage. Since then, I have locked up the front door with two big, huge padlocks. They kept breaking off the cables. They kept breaking the locks. I've got two really big locks on the front door right now. There's nobody can get in there. The piece of wood that's taken off the garage, they physically took the screws out of the wood to get into the garage. They can't get into the house. They can get into the garage. I planned on going there actually last weekend, but I had to work and it rained out. But I'm going to physically take a 3/4 inch piece of plywood and screw it to the masonry part of the building so they can't get in there. They've not tried to get in any other parts of the building. Obviously, I don't know why. I did have a tarp on the roof because there was a little bit of damage. I plan on tarping the roof again. This time I'm gonna put 2x4 screw it through the roof through the tarp to make it where it's dry. And I also plan on putting a security system with cameras at different parts of the property and inside the foyer where they're trying to get into the house, the front entrance right there, where that metal door is. So if they were to get through the two locks that are on there now, I would be able to catch them on camera. So what I'm asking the board is if I can have a chance just to make these repairs on the property to make it where it's not a nuisance or whatever, and I just need a little bit of time to physically get the roof tarped. I do cut the grass, I do trim the trees, I do all that other stuff to make it where it's in compliance with that kind of stuff. I just need a little bit of time just to make sure that I can get it done right and correctly, and it's to everybody's,
Other than securing the building, what are your intentions for the building?
My intentions are to put a roof on the building. It's just that there's 3 or 4 different parties that are involved in this house. And we're trying right now to get a hold of the parties so we all can get on the same page to make it where we can get a roof on the house.
Have you spoken to the building department?
No, I haven't. We haven't spoken to the building department. Like I said, when I received this notice, I called the code compliance lady, Barbara. She told me what I needed to do is come here, let the board know what my intentions were, and what I've already done to remedy some of the issues. Which, that's what I've done so far. I've locked the house up. I need to put another piece of wood on that door because they keep pulling it off. I put it on, they pull it off. I put it on, they pull it off. So now I'm gonna screw it right to the concrete. They're gonna need a chainsaw or a pry bar to get in it now. And the house is totally locked up. They can't get in the sliding glass doors up on the second story. That's all screwed shut. Everything is screwed shut. The door under the main entrance is screwed shut. Everything is screwed shut. So they can't get in the building at all. Unless they go climb up on the roof, across and down.
Well, may I ask what the intention is further after you secure the building? What's happening with the property itself? Because as it was pointed out, there seems to be some structural damage with that addition on the second story where it's pulling away and such. Is that going to be repaired and
Everything is
eventually
gonna be repaired
put this
to-
house in a livable condition, or?
Well, we're gonna try to make it where it's gonna be up to where it's not a problem with, obviously the house has been sitting for a while. It needs a lot of interior work, like plaster work and stuff like that. I'm just trying to get it where it's gonna be dry and I can at time get it where I'm at a safe thing right now. My concern was to just keep the kids out of it. Because I had, like I said, the neighbor down the street, and then the guy who lived across the street told me it's the kids, but you can never catch them. You know, I marked it, I posted it, no trespassing. I called New Smyrna Police. I told them where they were more than familiar with the area. So it's not like I'm not trying to better the situation. I just need a little bit of time just to make it where I can do what I need to do and get it done.
Well, what I'm alluding to is you're going to secure the building, which is imperative.
Most definitely.
Obviously.
Most definitely.
But what's the next step?
As soon as I
after
get a hold of the 3 other parties involved on the property, then we're gonna make a decision we're gonna do the roof no matter what. We're gonna make it where it's structurally sound no matter what. If we have to do it, if we have to pay for it ourselves, or everybody's gonna chip in a little to make it happen. Right now, I'm here to represent myself and Mr. Bell and just let you know that what my intentions are. I am gonna secure the building. I'm gonna do the best of my ability to keep it safe as I can. Like I said, I live in Deltona, he lives in Ormond Beach, and I work in Daytona. So it's everybody, I'm trying to do what we have, he's got family in the area that can go by and take a look at it. But I mean, you can't sit there 24 hours a day and watch these kids, you know what I mean? It's just impossible. So our intentions are to answer your question, I know I'm beating around the bush a little bit. Our intentions are to fix the structure, put a roof on the structure, make it structurally sound per the city. But right now, I just need time to get it dried up, cleaned up, and where it's tight and not going to cause any more damage.
When was the last time the dwelling was occupied? Roughly.
2015, 19. Aretha Bell was the resident of the house. So 2015 is the last time that the house was occupied.
And is the home actively have any form of utilities on, or has it been?
They just actually, what happened was one of the people of the 5, actually for some reason turned the utilities off. I had contacted the Department of Utilities to get the utilities back on because I knew that was kind of one of the things that you had to do is you had to have active utilities on the house, either if it was power or water. So they said I had to present some paperwork and all that other to them, and then they could turn the utilities back on. We were paying the utility bill every month. It was, we weren't even aware that one of them had shut it off until we went down there and the power was off.
It's actively been empty since 2015, give or take, and
Give or take.
boarded up there shortly
I
thereafter.
boarded it up about 6 months ago because I knew that I had to board it up because that's the only way to keep anybody out of there is if I board it up. And the zoning person told me Barbara told me to post no trespassing on every side of the house, which I did.
And from staff, the structural issues that seem to be occurring on this dwelling, is this a contractor prescribes a remedy of repair, or is this going to require a structural engineer at this point? Likely, I know.
This will likely require a structural engineer to review several sections of this building and a contractor to make prescribed repairs.
When the home was boarded up most recently, was it a reactionary measure? Had it already been open for 6 months ago? Had it already been sitting open as a nuisance?
Yes, sir.
So, with all empathy, it feels like the plan is to attempt to repair, but it does seem to be like we're at the end of a 7 to 8 year road, and just securing the structure, I don't think is the prescriptive cure for the safety and the welfare in the surrounding areas. It's certainly a difficult spot you're up against. Do you all have a proposed timeline or anything along those lines in place to present to the building officials?
As far as?
Actually repairing the home, not just triaging it.
90 days.
So you're saying within 90 days you feel
Within
you...
90 days, I'll have an answer from all parties on what, it's gotta be a multiple thing, it can't be a one-person thing. If all of them come to the conclusion that, yeah, we're gonna do this, then fine, I'll present it to the board that we're gonna fix it. And then we go from there.
And you say the board, is it owned by a family or
Well,
a
it's in
business?
it was Aretha Bell's house, and there's 5 different owners on it.
And do we know the ownership of this to be accurate from the...
That's what was on this paper. That's what was on the paper.
Sir, those are the
There's the
owners that
owner,
are
the
listed by
property
the Volusia County Property Appraiser's Office.
Now, I guess what you're saying is it'll be 90 days before you'll even have an answer as whether you're going to do anything.
If not before 90 days, I'm just trying to give myself, I don't want to say 30 days and be at the 29th day, 23rd hour, and not have an answer.
Something has to be about, an engineer getting in there.
Mr. Coward, can you be in your microphone, please?
Something has to be resolved as far as, once you make a decision, it takes time to get an engineer in there and get contractors and get everything going. And this thing's dragging and dragging and dragging. I know it's been going on for quite a while.
Could we give them 30 days to secure the building and try to move forward with a game plan on how they're going to address the issue afterwards, and then readdress this at the next meeting?
I'll have it secured within 30 days.
Well, are we asking for them to have this plan in 30 days?
It sounds like the request is to have it secured in 30 days, and then after that, they would address the other thing. You could do a motion to secure it within 30 days, and then within 60 days, have a structural engineer plan.
So
More of a dictated timeline.
if a motion was made to condemn, what does that time look from today? Does that give them 30 days to get in and...
You could do a motion to continue this to the next Building and Trade Board with proof upon showing that in 30 days you have secured it, and then at the next Building and Trade Board, proof of a structural engineer has been contacted and reviewed the structure within 60 days. So you technically probably wouldn't hear this case for another 60 days. I would give them 2 months at that point.
But if we made a motion to condemn and it was favored this evening, how...
I think it's 30 days, the way the condemnation reads, is it not? once it's condemned, they have 30 days to provide building plans to the building department to stay the condemnation. Shorter time window.
I'm just trying to figure if the 30 days allows for the next meeting and,
I think once it's condemned, we don't bring it back. Once
but they
you-
would have the full 30 days to become compliant with the building department, correct?
Correct.
What is the adversity and the hurdle that you're trying to overcome? And I'm from a big family, so I understand that. What is the adversity with getting all parties together to talk after 7+ years on this structure?
Well, it's just, I mean, it's, for the last 5 years, per se, it's been one person taking care of the property, one person taking care of the maintenance, one person taking care of everything. This is a pretty big bone to bite, you know, when you have 6 other people involved. If, you know, 5 of the 6 people say that they don't want nothing to do with it, then we know what we're dealing with. But if they want something, if they want to do something with it and make it happen, then that's fine. But I can't answer for the other people that are in the situation. I can't say Alicia Bell Roundtree wants to do something, because I don't know. But if I talk to her and I have a physical, okay, well, I don't want nothing to do with it, then I have her sign a piece of paper and present it to you next time I come here. So, well, she doesn't want nothing to do with it. I can't say what she wants, you want, I don't know.
I kind of feel like that's what the 30 days from this notice till today was for, though. Is there currently any hazard insurance on this property at all?
I'm sure it's insured. It's not insured.
They should at least have some kind of liability insurance on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so by the time
That's the thing. You're not going to be able to insure the property because of its present condition. I would be of the opinion, if appropriately so, to make a motion to condemn that it gives them 30 days to get together and talk. I know the building department is willing to be receptive if there's a plan of action in place. I just don't want I don't want to see someone get in there and get hurt. And
well, that's why I boarded it up, and that's why I did what I did before somebody got hurt. You know what I mean? It's not like it wasn't. It was not addressed as soon as it was getting broken into is when we boarded it up. I boarded it up.
I understand.
That door that you see hanging off, they physically took the screws out of the door to get in.
So
I get it.
I'm going to interrupt real fast. Are we going to place a motion and have it second, or are we not placing a motion, we're continuing discussion? This is just parliamentary point.
Well, I'd like to continue the discussion if I may.
Okay, so we're going to say that motion that Mr. Dalton made failed for lack of a second right now. It can be remade, but now we'll continue the discussion.
Okay, my question is this, on the Volusia County Assessors, there's only one name listed, is that not what I
No.
just read?
All 5 of them
No.
are on there.
You can see on your screen what the Volusia County says.
Oh, I see, okay, because when I first saw it, all I saw was the Warren. Okay, so even though it says tenancy in common, are these relatives all within New Smyrna here?
No,
Or-
they're, one's in Orlando, Mr. Donald Bell's in Ormond, Neville is in New Smyrna, and I think Alicia is in Ocala, right? In Ocala.
So it's not like
It's
it's
not
a
like they live
geographic.
in California, Canada, Connecticut.
Like my family.
Right,
scattered
exactly, like
all
my
over.
family too, you're right.
Okay.
So they're all reachable by cell phone.
Right, but this property's been sitting since forever.
I understand.
Actually. I'm not quite understanding why it took the spur of the notice to have something produced, to
Right.
do something with it. Whether you're holding it as an asset that's building a value is one thing, but there's no equity building in a building that's about to be condemned if it falls down around its pilings.
Exactly.
So, I don't know that giving you 90 days would cure anything, to be honest with you.
Well, I need to still just make it, to make everybody happy, to make it where it's not like we're pulling the trigger on people. I'm asking you to give me some time to contact the people and to either get a yes or no. I can't make a decision for these people. If these people want to let the house go, sell the house, whatever they want to do, I'm just asking you to give me time to contact these people and physically hear what they want to do. I should have stepped in earlier, but I didn't, and I apologize. But now it's to the point where my back's against the wall. I can't make a decision for people that, you know what I mean? So that's all I'm asking you for is, this is Mr. Donald Bell. This is one of the owners of the house.
Absolutely.
Mr. Donald Bell, we're going to need you at the microphone now.
Over here.
Okay, and before you speak, sir, I didn't see that you swore in, so I need you to do that with me right now, please. If you'll stand up
Raise
to
your
the
right hand.
microphone. Raise your right hand, state your full name. To the microphone, please.
Okay. Donald Bell,
In the matter to which you are about to give testimony, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
The witness has been sworn in.
this property is not only one house.
Into the microphone, please, sir.
We had 12 apartments attached to it, okay? So upon the death of my mother, the property went to the heirs. And we was able to liquidate all the apartments, the whole complex, and the house was supposed to be a part of it, but in the 12th hour, they felt that my mother legacy was a lot greater than just to let it go for somebody. So the members started fighting against it, said, don't sell Mother's house, don't sell it, don't sell it. So we pulled that out of the mix. It's still sitting there as a part of the original deal that I had, and the guys keep calling me, I'm working with them, trying to get them to say, okay, hold on, and let me get those two members who holding us from selling the property. And that's why we've been saying all this time, because we're torn in between because of who my mother was in the community. So they said, just don't let her property go to anybody. So they were trying to keep it. But we're to the point now where property's going down. We have to do all the work. So my attorney said we can force those two members who said no, they don't want to sell. He can force them to go ahead and let it go. The person who want to buy it have already given us a commitment. The same person who lists the property, he wants the property because all be one piece there. He just waiting for us to make a decision. And so I was just letting them see that every year I'm paying more taxes. It's costing us money to maintain this. So somebody can realize that the values keep going down. You're not going to make much money, so just let it go. And so now that where we are now, I think I have a bargain to go back to the family and let them know that you have to get off it now. We got to make a decision. And they're giving us time to do it. And I can sell it to the guy who bought the rest of the apartments back there. And he went in those apartment buildings from the ground and went right back up, new roofs, everything. He did an awesome job of putting all those apartments together, but it looks so pretty. The city should be proud of it, you know? And so that's what we are now. So I appreciate, I'm asking, I shouldn't say my mother's name, but I'm asking, as we have delayed this because of who we, as a family, just trying to make things happen, but and as one of the leaders of the family, I'd say, give us a chance to now that, see, I was not aware the destruction was that bad, well, we couldn't make repairs. So maybe the guy who offered me that $160,000, he might want to back his price down now because I didn't know it was that bad. So it's a whole different picture, but I think we can, now I can go back and I can put pressure on my family to get off it. Let's make a decision. Let's get it done. Let's get this behind us. Thank you for allowing me to say something.
Question to staff again. What would you require the minimum for them to do in 30 days to issue a permit and stave off the
Issue a permit, okay, we require engineering and a contractor to come in for a permit. So I believe at this time, 30 days probably would not be enough time to get engineering and a permit for this building because it has substantial damage. What we would recommend staff is that we maintain continuous maintenance on this building and give them 60 days to come in with a plan or engineering and meet in 60 days. If they don't have it at that time, issue a condemnation order.
hopefully by that time we can get with the family and get it all worked out. But I still will take care of, I cut the grass regularly, there's trees or whatever. I'll board up the rest of the house and I'll properly leave.
The yards and stuff are pretty well maintained here. It's the home itself that's in bad disarray.
Right, well, I'd like to make that motion and concurs with the staff. I'd like to give them the 30 days to secure the building and report at the next meeting that it has been done, and then within the 60 days,
Okay.
have a plan of attack with an engineering
Okay.
contract.
I'll second that
If the
motion.
rest of the board is in agreement.
I would like to add that if they don't have this thing in 60 days, that we continue on the demolition. Okay, because I don't want this dragging on for a year or so.
Would you like him to
Well,
remain?
we'll address that at the,
So, motion was made to, within 30 days to come back at the next meeting with it secured, and then 60 days
Sorry.
to have structural engineering plans in the works. If that does not happen in the 60 days, then move forward with condemnation of the property.
Is that 60 days past the first 30 or that? 30
No,
plus?
No.
30 plus 30. That was,
you said it much
okay.
clearer
And
than
then
I
it was
did.
seconded by Mr.
I'll
Goff?
second that
All
motion.
right, then we are done with public participation and staff. Now, do you all have discussion, or do you want to move for a vote? Move for a vote? Okay.
You ready for a vote?
Roll.
Okay. Joseph Blanchett,
Aye.
Arthur Van Bulen,
Aye.
Frank Dalton,
Aye.
Bill Coward,
Aye.
Paul Here,
Aye.
Robert Werner.
Aye.
The motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You were much more succinct than I was.
The next case is 102 Landis that has been withdrawn. We will move on to the third case, which is 702 South Myrtle Avenue.
Good evening once again. Again, my name is Stephen Woodworth. I'm the deputy building official with the city of New Smyrna Beach. My credentials are Florida licensed inspector, plans examiner, and IC certified property maintenance inspector. The subject property is located at 702 South Myrtle. The zoning for that property is R2, single family residential. The casework on this property goes to 10/7/22, when a stop work order was issued by City of New Smyrna Beach Code Enforcement Department. It was reported that the renovations had started on the building prior to permitting, and quoting the officer, the building had been gutted. Conversations with the property owners and code enforcement happened again on 11/8/22, where the property owner said that he was going to be applying for applications for the permitting of the renovations of the property. And once again, contact was made with the code enforcement department with the property owner on 3/7/23, where the property owner stated that they had plans, they've been working with an architect, they still would like to continue with renovations. At that time, they were notified that a notice of determination had been completed and they should come to the meeting tonight. Inspection of the property did show, like the code enforcement officer stated, that significant materials were removed from the interior of the building. The building was observed on all four sides. The building was not entered. And from the outside of the building, and you could see that the building, in general speaking, all aspects of the building have significant failure. Foundations, subfloors, floors, sills, walls, siding, windows and doors, and the roof structure. The city will request that the board order this building condemned and be subject to demolition. That's all the city has.
This communication has been going on with them for the better part of almost a year, is that correct?
Yes, sir. The record, the case file reflects that they've been in contact with code enforcement on and off since last October.
And they were notified, and you also had a verbal conversation about them attending here this evening? Or there was a verbal conversation?
That conversation actually took place with Barb Bobolak of the Code Enforcement Department. The property owner has not made direct contact with the building department. She made them aware that, you know, that they should come and talk to you folks this evening, and because a notice of determination had already been made at that time.
Do we have a member here on this case? Okay. Would the board like to hear from her?
Yes, please.
If you could speak one at a time, please.
Good evening.
My name is
Takia
State your
McDowell.
name and address, please.
My name is Takia McDowell of 702 South Myrtle. The property is ours. I was having a hard time hearing back there, but I did speak with someone from code enforcement recently. I'm just here to confirm that we are working on plans to remodel the home. I received a letter of determination, I think it was in February, from you guys. So I spoke with, I can't remember her name right now, but I did speak to someone from code enforcement, and she just kind of gave me an idea of what I needed to bring to this meeting this evening. So I'm just here to confirm that we have had surveys done on the property, and I have, those surveys were performed by Jim Zimmerman of Layout Services. I have a portion of the blueprint here if you'd like to see. I have an architect working on that. Have the building dimensions. We're just waiting on the exact placement of the components and the construction materials. So if you would like to see those, I have copies. The missing window, I just wanted to confirm that that wasn't like a replacement we were doing that blew out in a hurricane, along with some other structural damage that we sustained during Ian and Nicole. But I do have a general contractor. His name is Devin Carty. He is with One Touch General Contractors. He is now registered in Volusia County and should be pulling permits very soon, probably as early as next week. I'm just waiting on my architect to give me the rest of my plans.
Has your architect give you an idea on the time frame when he would?
Yeah, he said next week he'll have the
Next
plans
week.
done. But he gave me a layout of what he done.
Yeah, that's just the
Speak in
building
microphone.
dimensions.
I mean, you can give that to the board member, the chairman.
Let me see. My name is Jimmy McDonald.
Good evening. I have a question for you. The architect is basically drawn up what your future plan is going to be. However, some of the structural damage or instability that's
Yeah,
there,
but it will all be
is he bringing in, or
Yes,
your
sir.
GC, is he bringing in a structural engineer?
Yes, sir.
Because you'll require that to be presented, that someone assessed all
Yes, sir.
that before they'll issue any kind of permits for you.
Of course, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
They're aware of all of that.
yes, it all being drawn up in blueprint, so everything will be redone. Electrical, plumbing, window framing, the roof, AC, it'll all be done. It'll be a total rehab.
All right, so you're supposed to have the prints then next week so you can go in and submit for the permit, is that?
Yeah, I have to submit them to the trust company first to get the engineering going. And then, once we get that, we can apply for the permits. But my GC, he has registered with the New Smyrna Beach to build in y'all city.
when we say immediately secured, what would you reasonably establish?
I need a boarded fence or boarded fence, or if there's window openings, or door openings, there's porches missing, there's rocks, there's a lot of different things that are going on here. The gas is still connected to this building, the electric's still connected.
The gas is turned off.
Okay, but it is gas on the building, on the structure.
Yes, and this is in a gate too. It's secured.
So a security fence or boarding up one
I
of
would, yeah, I'd get it boarded, we need to get the opening boarded and staked up, even prior to that, I would say immediately.
I'll put some plywood on the window.
And like I said, I will give them an opportunity, I don't want to tear down the house if I don't have to. If they can get the architect drawings and show them that they can do this work and get it in and we'll work it out with them, you know, I'm more than willing to give it a try.
Yes, I had contacted somebody from the building department who put the stop work order on the house. I called her and let her know what was going on with the house.
Probably code enforcement.
Yeah.
The building department, or, you know, or the same floor, just on the other side.
Oh, okay.
I also visited the building department before the stop work order was issued. I spoke with someone over because my surveys came back and my fence and the shed that's on the right side of this property, it was determined that it was on someone else's property. So I came up here to speak with someone before I even got my general contractor involved after my surveys came back. So I was in contact on that level, but probably not of what she's speaking on.
So for clarity, the stop work order would not be applicable to them boarding up the structure, correct?
No, sir, that would be correct.
And reasonably, if plans are submitted to you, 30-day timeline, 60-day timeline?
I would think that if they're in communication with us with 30 days, you know, if they're that far along, 30 days should be adequate. If we see some progress, they bring some progress, show us something that's going on, there could be a possibility of an extension. Because again, we're going to do a review on this, and I'm quite sure we're going to have some comment. So, you know, they're going to be going back and forth a little bit on this one.
Yeah, I also build in Brevard County, so I just did a house like that. It was considered condemnable, but then I brought it back livable. So
Our concerns is the square footage of the structure, that your cost may exceed what the possible value is, you know, and it may not be a wise decision for you guys.
Well,
yes,
So-
I have done this before. Yeah.
sounds like staff has made a pretty good recommendation, so I'm going to make a motion. We'll give 30 days to board up the property and 60 days to submit some form of an application to the building department to proceed forward.
Yeah, y'all should see One Touch General Contracting, LLC. He had put the address and everything where he was gonna build.
I'm not had any contact with anybody on this one.
No, I'm saying he registered, so I don't know if you checked your registry or anything.
All our registered contractors are through Volusia County. We don't do our own registering, so it's through Volusia County. So we don't research it until that time that you pull permit.
Okay,
Then we
yeah,
go in and see.
yeah, he's registered, and you will see the permits.
So we have a motion to continue this case for 30 days to board up and secure the structure, and then in 60 days to submit some sort of plans to the building department for building permits. Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Is there any discussion? No further discussion?
Here's your refurbishment paper.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we ready for a vote?
Yes.
Joseph Blanchett,
Aye.
Arthur Van Buren,
Aye.
Frank Dalton,
Aye.
Bill Coward,
Aye.
Paul Here,
Aye.
Robert Werner.
Aye.
The motion carries. I do have one piece of business, a request from the city to the board. We would like to request that we change the meeting time from 6:30 in the evening to 5:30 in the evening. Does anyone have any thing to say about that discussion, one way or the other? Is that acceptable?
If you'll get my name right.
What did I do?
You keep calling me Van Buell.
Can we
Vaughn.
acknowledge, can we acknowledge with
Vaughn.
a yay?
Fun boy, yeah.
Yes, we can acknowledge that one with a yay.
I am terribly sorry. I will
No,
work
that's
on that.
okay, it's,
I will
couple of
work
years.
on
Whether
that.
it's 5:30 or 6:30, she'll still mess it up, so
yeah, that's all right.
just be
I'll
earlier.
call it my southern twang where I can't even say my own name right.
Scared you at 7:30 for a minute.
Okay, so are we acceptable to change the time?
It's good for me.
I have no issue.
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
all right, we will change the
Or yay.
time
Whichever.
to 5:30, effective with our meeting in May, since we've not notified anybody otherwise. And I will update that with the city clerk.
What's the date in May that will be?
Our May meeting is the
Last Thursday.
25th.
May 25th?
Yeah.
Subject to.
And,
subject
we
to
did give
emails.
people 60 days for things, and we don't normally meet in June. Does that mean we need to meet in June? No, okay, so we'll meet in July.
They have 60 days, it doesn't mean we have to meet. They still have to meet that deadline by 60 days.
Okay,
If we come back in 90 and they didn't meet the 60 days, but they made it by 90, then the board can decide what to do at that point in
okay,
time.
good enough.
Is that it then?
You may adjourn when ready.
Have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a
You don't
motion,
need
we
a
adjourn the
motion.
meeting.
Don't need
You
a
could just
motion?
adjourn.
You can just adjourn, you don't need a
Meeting's
motion.
adjourned.
Thank you, sir.